YouTube, what is good? Welcome to another video. Now in this video, I'm going to be doing a 3-month revenue breakdown for 2 semi trucks, not 1, 2 semi trucks. So you will want to watch this video all the way until the end. But before we get started, man, I have a like goal. I want to get at least 4,000 likes on this video. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this video the day it drops or a year from the day it drops. Look at the amount of likes I have. If I don't have 4,000, please just click the like button because it will greatly help me out. Sharing free game, least you can do is just like the video for me. I appreciate it. Lastly, drop a comment and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notified every time I drop a video. Now let's get right into this breakdown, man. So this is the first time I've ever done a 3-month gross revenue breakdown for 2 semi trucks. Usually if you watch my previous videos of doing breakdowns, it's usually for 1 month, but this time I wanted to do a bigger pool and take multiple months so people can get a better average, because when you do short like 1 month or 1 week, it's kind of inaccurate. And even with 3 months, it's still not completely precise, but it's more precise than 1 month. And if you do 6 months to a year, it's even more precise than 3 months. So the longer amount of time and the more data you have, the more accurate you can be with your projections, and just the more accurate you can be with minimizing expenses and cutting costs. So I pretty much broke everything down and abbreviated everything so I can fit it all on a board. So this is truck 1, truck 2, month 1, month 2, month 3, truck 1, truck 2, truck 1, truck 2. So I'm just gonna start. I got a sheet of paper here. I did all the math before I started, so I wouldn't lose track or get sidetracked. So truck 1 is going to be 32.8 thousand. So 32,800. So I'm abbreviating everything so it fits. So 32.8 is 32,800. So 28.9 is month 2. Month 3 is 34.45. Now we move on to truck 2. Truck 2, 39.9. Month 2 is 40.24K. And month 3 is 39.4K. So truck 1 total revenue equals, and truck 2 equals, and then T1 plus T2 equals. So truck 1 equals 96.15K. Truck 2 equals 119.54K. And then both trucks together equal $215,960. So pretty much this isn't exactly 3 months either. I want to emphasize that. This is like, instead of being 90 days, it's about 100 days. And that 10-day period makes a big difference when you're talking about trucking, because every day your truck can make anywhere up to 1,000 to 1,500 per day. So this isn't exactly 90 days. This is about 100 days. So in about 100 days, my trucks grossed about $215,960 in revenue. Now let's talk about some of the expenses. So before we move on to expenses and calculate gross profit, I want to emphasize 2 things. The first thing is that help me get 4,000 likes on this video. So if you're watching this video, you made it to this part, and you look at the likes and you see that I'm not at 4,000 likes, whether you're watching this video the day it dropped, the week it dropped, the month it dropped, or a year from the day it was made, if you see that it's not 4,000 likes, just give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Second thing is that I'm not going to be including any tax information in this video, because I received a lot of confusion in my past videos when I did breakdowns. Some people don't understand that when you receive money as a corporation and through an EIN number, a business bank account, that you have a lot of different tax breaks and tax benefits. And not only that, you have the ability to write things off, so you don't pay taxes on gross revenue, you pay taxes on gross profit. So I'm gonna let the viewer, pretty much assume what I paid in taxes, but everything else is pretty much going to be accurate. So, I'm going to tell you how much I spent on maintenance, fuel, insurance, truck note, trailer note, driver pay, all of that. I'm going to put all the expenses, combine them, and then I'm going to subtract the expenses from gross revenue, and that's going to get gross profit. Now let's get back into the breakdown. I want you to understand that I'm sharing a lot of personal information that I don't technically have to share, but I want people to just have an understanding of what it's like when you start owning these trucks and you start generating revenue from them, and where your money is going to go and where your money is going to come from. So I'm just doing these breakdowns because I wish I would have saw stuff like this before I got my trucks. And not even before I got my trucks. I wish I would have saw stuff like this when I was in college looking for different ways to make money. So I want people to understand that I could go into even more detail, but that's not the purpose of these videos. The purpose of these videos is just to give people a general understanding and a broad overview of where some of your money is going to go when you're owning and operating these trucks, and not even operating these trucks, just owning these trucks and then orchestrating these trucks. So I'm going to go through pretty much the different expenses that I had to pay for this entire 3 months. And this is pretty much like the general expenses for anybody who owns a trucking company. Now I can go into food costs, I can go into toll costs, I can go into like the minute details. That's not the purpose of this breakdown. The purpose of this breakdown is just to give you an idea of how much money you can make, how much money you're going to spend, and how much money you're going to put in your pocket. So first we're going to start with fuel, which is probably the biggest cost. And again, I got my paper here so I don't forget anything. So fuel costs, I spent $49,500. And then my average rate per mile, I averaged about $2.70 per mile for both of these trucks in this time span. And also, I want you to understand, in this 3-month time span, I'm not saying the months that these were, but in this 3-month time span, I literally had no major breakdowns or no major issues with my trucks as far as maintenance, and the trucks were able to run consistently without taking more than like 3 days off. So I also want to emphasize that too. So I spend a 3% on factoring. So my factoring costs from this, so I pay 3% of my gross for factoring. So factoring is going to be $6,470. Same thing with dispatching. I pay a 3% fee for dispatching. You get $6,470. So I don't have my own authority. When you don't have your own authority, you have to pay a carrier percentage. So I pay my carrier 6% after the dispatching and factoring. So 6% of 215,690 is about 12,941. I have multiple different insurances, so I just grouped all my insurances together, and I got a cost of $12,000. So spent $12,000 on insurance in this 3-month, 100-day time span. Truck and trailer, I spent $25,000. So this is the second highest cost so far, the truck and trailer note. So $25,800 in this 100-day, 3-month time span. I only spent $12,000 on repairs, but these repairs were like new tires, oil change, like headlights, like little things that didn't take more than a day to fix. But over 3 months, I spent, and this is for 2 trucks. So I spent, average about $2,000 a month on maintenance for these trucks a piece in this 3-month, 100-day time span. This is probably like one of my best months. My best 3-month stretches this year. So I spent $12,000 on repairs. So I have other expenses here. So my other expenses is gonna be like my tolls, tools, and then I also included driver pay because I have a driver for my other truck. So I included his pay in this other expense. I didn't want to, broadcast his payout. So I just incorporated his pay with like my other miscellaneous expenses. And this I got, let me add this up really quick. I got $29,800. So when you add all of these expenses up, the total number you get is, so in 3 months, I had a total of $154,981 in expenses. So what I'm about to do now is pretty much subtract my gross revenue from my expenses, and that's going to lead to a total gross profit. So before I show the total gross profit, I'm just going to show a close-up of the board so you can see what it looks like if you want to, look at this up close. So 3 months expenses, total revenues at the top, total expenses at the bottom. Now we are about to subtract the two and get a total gross profit. So we have total gross, which equals $215,690, and we have total expenses, which equals $154,981. And you have net profit, which equals $6,709. That is what we get for a 3-month breakdown for net profit with 2 trucks. So I just did a breakdown of what my net profit was having 2 semi-trucks running simultaneously for 100 days. And I just want to say that was probably like my best 100 days that I've had this year. Both trucks were running. There were no major breakdowns, no major repair bills, and the wheels are just turning. So I just want to show people that the farther you go out with your analysis, the more accurate your predictions can be. So I've done breakdowns where it was only a month, and I've said that a month isn't really an accurate perception of what your business is going to be. And even 3 months is not an accurate perception, but 3 months is more accurate than 1 month, and 1 year is more accurate than 3 months. So as time goes on, I'm going to continue to do breakdowns like this just to give people more insight and clarity on how things work on the logistics side. So I just want to use my YouTube channel to like document my journey and document my process and what I'm learning, because like I say, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything, not a guru. I'm just a 24-year-old that's hungry for success and that wants to elevate his life and build wealth for the next generation. That's all I'm doing. So if you want me to make more videos like this, smash the like button, help me get to 4,000 likes. Also drop a comment and let me know what you thought of this, and if you want me to keep making videos like this.